Warning, the following content may contain spoilers for film and television programs. It is also intended for mature audiences. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. Back, guys.
Hello, all you Seaites out there. That's my new nickname.
We have coined a name now.
Yeah,
it's
people
official.
who listen to the See It podcast are Seaites. They live in Seaton. Yeah. What would the local bank of Seaton be called? Bank of Netflix?
Bank of Netflix.
Yeah, we'll go with that. I don't know.
You eat out at Redbox. The cemetery is called Blockbuster.
No, okay.
Oh, man, that makes me sad.
No, the other day I was driving by a Family Video, and it said like 740 stores strong, now hiring.
Oh yeah, Family Video.
I don't know
is
how
What the
they're.
hell's that about?
I don't know how they're surviving.
rednecks.
I guess.
We don't get internet down in the sticks. We don't run on roads.
Think about it. Here in Springfield, they have Major Video that took over that Blockbuster, and it lasted maybe 2 or 3 years, and now it's gone. I don't know how Family Video is surviving.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 7 of the See It podcast, where we bring you all news, film, and television related. I am one of your hosts, Andrew Ormsby, and today, as always, I am drinking my Johnny Walker Black Label. And also joining us, we have...
Zach Chadwick, and I am drinking some sweet Keystone Lights.
Keeping it classy.
Always smooth.
Yeah. Yep, I'm Austin Fairbairn, and I have myself here some Heineken. And obviously, Heineken's never made into Heineken Light, because that's just fucking weird. Or in cans, because that's also weird. So this is just the classic green bottle. You know.
Wait, they have
Have they made a Heineken Light?
Oh, yes, they have.
Oh, huh.
I've never tasted it because I'm not a woman, but it does exist.
I had that Game of Thrones beer last week for the premiere. It was very weird because the aftertaste tastes like peppers because they use peppers in the brewing of the beer because it's supposed to be fire and blooded. Yeah, it was different.
Interesting.
Still good, though? Meh.
It's not something I'm going to drink again. It was novelty.
A novelty. Yeah.
Sidebar. Andrew, if you end up going to the Mother's tasting room at any time, they have a London's Burning. It's a English style porter that is aged in whiskey casks. Super delicious, by the way.
I'm going to have to
Throwing
give
that
it
out there.
Do they have, like, The Cure, the Smiths playing in the background whenever you... or the Sex Pistols?
Yeah, they should.
Well,
All right.
For all those listening today, it is a special podcast. This is a Marvel films themed podcast because all three of us are a huge fan of the Marvel films. So we are still going to do trailer talk and news, and we're going to kick it off with a Marvel see it or don't see it opinion. This is, of course, going to be for the Captain America film. Who's up to do this one?
Zach, I believe it's you.
Yeah, man. So, go see. This movie's the tits. I'll preface this. Captain America's not one of my favorite superheroes. He might be, like, out of my top 20 because there's so many other characters I like more. But the movie was awesome. It was really... It is just as good as the Avengers, and coming from... I was surprised. I didn't think it would be that good. There were 3 things in the movie that made me super, super happy. And I couldn't... When I saw it, I nearly lost my shit in the theater. And there were probably people pissed because I was yelling. The first one is how gangster Samuel L. Jackson looked at the end. He looked like he was about to go back to his days in Shaft.
He looked like an old Blade.
It was awesome. The whole time, I'm like, damn, he's going to go pop a cat. The second one was Abed's cameo in this movie.
I get a text at 3 o'clock in the morning. Abed!
Abed was... I lost my
Beer.
shit. I couldn't believe it. It was one of the best parts of the movie for me. And then the third part for me that made it just that much better because it's almost like they're... And it connects it to the third round going to Avengers 3 is, you remember the part... Have you seen it?
I haven't. I'm the only one here that has not.
Well, there's a part in the movie where they're talking about how S.H.I.E.L.D. has all this intel on all these people throughout the world because they have all this surveillance. And they start talking about these people that they have intel on, like Bruce Banner and Tony Stark and blah, blah, blah. But they slipped a name in there that just gave me... I can't wait. There's a character in Avengers called Doctor Strange. And that was one of the names they mentioned was Stephen Strange. Awesome. Can't wait. He's we'll talk about him later in our Marvel stuff, but I forgot how to fucking speak. It's a really, really good movie. Surprisingly good. I'd give it a definite see it.
I would as well. It was really good. For me, it was just below the Avengers. It felt like an Avengers film.
Yeah, it did.
It didn't feel like a Captain America film because not going to spoil or anything, but just the production value and how crazy and huge everything was. It felt like a bigger film than bigger than the first.
They can do that now because they don't have to spend time on the origin stories anymore.
That's true.
Like, they did that in the first Captain America, the Hulk. They did all of that. They don't have to spend time wasting on origin stories, which is great because now they can move on.
And something I'll talk about later too, but that's a lot of the reason I didn't really fall in love with the first Thor movie, but I like the second one.
Right, because you aren't seeing where he came from or how he became who he wanted to be.
Yeah, because I didn't really care. I just wanted to see Thor be a badass with a hammer,
Right.
The second one, that's basically what you got.
Those are the best parts of the sequels.
Yeah.
And it was directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, who we know from the Community, so that's how you get Abed in there.
Yeah.
Yes,
I was about to ask who directed that. I can tell you knew I was going to ask.
I didn't know that.
Stephen Abed in the morning. Steve Rogers, Captain America. Get it?
Get
See
it?
what I did there? See what I did there?
I see what you did there.
Stephen Abed, Wrecking Shield.
So, okay, you guys are going to make fun of me that I didn't know this for the longest time. The guy who plays Troy Barnes in Community, Danny Glover,
Yeah.
I did not know he was Childish Gambino for the longest time.
Really?
Wait, what? Troy from Community's coming to Springfield?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, not as Troy, but yeah.
I didn't know that was the same guy because I passed that poster every day on campus. Like, who the fuck names himself Childish Gambino? That sounds stupid.
I don't feel as bad now.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't catch that one either.
So.
Huh.
Oh, yeah. Hey, by the way, guys, guess what?
What?
Danny Glover is the Childish Gambino.
The fuck?
Same guy.
What?
Who would have thought?
I didn't know that, man. That's awesome.
Guys, I think it's time for some news. Mickey Rooney dies at 93. Legendary actor. He was 93, as I said. 90 of those years he lived, he was an actor.
That's impressive because that means he started earlier than Drew Barrymore.
Yeah. Nominated for 4 Oscars. We all knew him and loved him from, childhood films. He did voices for films like Fox and the Hound, stuff like that.
Great movie, by the way.
Yeah. We will miss you and your work.
I'm trying to think of movies I've seen him in, and I can't remember any of them.
You said Fox and the Hound, and Zach's like never seen it.
What?
There was a BuzzFeed quiz that
watch.
Zach took, and then he posted, and then I took, and it was all about '90s movies.
No,
and
90s animated, like
they weren't all animated though.
Kids movies,
'90s kids movies. But I mean, there was things
like Goonies and stuff like that.
Yeah, there was things like
Goonies was '80s.
Goonies was '80s,
yeah.
but
It was like 90s.
Like
or
88.
late '80s. But no, like things like Jumanji was on there, Jurassic Park was on there.
Jurassic Park was so not a kids movie.
Well, no, but Mighty Ducks was on there, things like that.
I've seen those.
Quack.
So
Quack.
The Flying
Emilio
Bee,
Estevez.
man. Emilio.
Anyway, so
is this going to be just a reference podcast?
that's all it is. If you were born in the 80s or 90s, you'll get this podcast. Otherwise, screw you.
That's funny.
No, but okay. Out of the 146 movies, how many did you see?
I had seen 36.
That's just
What did you see?
104.
Can I tell you why though?
My wife's 108, I think, was it?
I need to take this just so I can see how many I
should.
In the 90s, I didn't watch kids movies. I was watching shit like Full Metal Jacket and
because you're old as fuck.
But I mean, some of these movies were like
that's true.
iconic.
Terminator 2.
You got the Mighty Ducks movies. You got Major Payne,
I've seen that.
Jumanji,
Seen that.
Jungle to Jungle, Santa Claus.
Haven't
Okay,
seen
going
that.
back to Major Payne. One of the funniest scenes for me as a kid of all time was when Major Payne was telling the little engine that could story.
Yeah.
Chugga,
That was a good one.
Chugga, 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 chugga. Toot, toot.
I've pretty much seen on that list like the big ones.
Yeah.
I just didn't watch kids movies. I
I don't know, like that was my childhood, so I saw like every Land Before Time movie that was on that list.
I think I saw like the first
the original,
three.
the original,
I saw-
1983.
Every single one of them.
Ugh, No.
Also,
Well,
all the Aladdin movies, saw all those.
Saw the first two.
Even the ones that went
like
straight
two?
to
There's
DVD.
three.
No, there was 3.
I only saw
The last
first
2 went
two.
straight to DVD.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or VHS at
Or
the
VHS
time.
at the time, yeah, sorry.
We're going to blow through the rest of this news because we got to get to some Marvel shit. Stephen Colbert gets the late show slot after Letterman retires next year.
Surprising.
It just seemed like too obvious of a choice. I thought if him or
Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart got that position, then it was just way too obvious. I
I
thought they should have gone with either, like you said, Seinfeld,
I thought Seinfeld was more obvious.
NPH, or you said, who I thought was really...
Hardwick?
Yeah, Chris
Hardwick,
Hardwick. I would have been okay with those 3 over Colbert.
I
or
thought Seinfeld was
Stewart.
way more obvious. I didn't think they would go with Colbert just because of the controversy with the cancel Colbert.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
that's really small in comparison to like this body.
And it was
No,
a
I'm
joke.
just
It
saying.
was a
Oh, no,
joke.
I know that. I'm just saying I was surprised because it seems like they would have gone a little safer route. But like I said before we started, this is a ratings move.
Absolutely.
He's gonna bring in a younger audience.
Honestly, though, I'm a little more disappointed in Stephen Colbert on this end because from that show, John Oliver now has a news show, parody news show on HBO, and you've heard about that, right?
No.
How do those HBO, talk programs do, like those news programs?
Bill Maher's been doing it forever.
Bill Marsden is like
But
13th season.
But nobody, I don't know a single person that watches it. You watch Bill Maher.
Oh, I watched the shit out of it. I love that show.
Really?
Yes, it's great. I watch it up until he gets done with the panel and he starts going into new rules and overtime. I don't care for that, but all the shit leading up to it, I love that show.
Oh, no. Like they've been previewing a lot lately. It's John Oliver, and it's like, oh, we come on every Sunday night and we talk about news. It's essentially like a Colbert Report, or
John Oliver,
he's the English guy.
the English guy from Community.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, he's funny.
and also from the Colbert Report originally. He's the one that took over for Stephen when he left. Or no, he wasn't. He was from The Daily Show, wasn't he? I guess.
Yeah,
He took
they
over
all
for-
started on the Daily
He took
Show.
over for Jon Stewart when
Right.
it happened. No, but yeah, so they've been previewing it. It's like, oh, our news comes out on Sunday night, and it's basically a parody show, kind of like those, a satirical like comedy on the news. But their big thing is like, oh, so something comes out on Monday night, we'll release it to you and tell you all about it. And he's like, no, that'll happen on Sunday night. He's like, and if something happens on Thursday night, well, you get it about 4 nights later on Sunday,
Yeah.
and then just keep going. It's pretty funny. I don't know, but I feel like he's taking more of a. I mean, I know that's like the Late Show is an institution, but it just feels like, I don't know. It seems almost cheap compared to what he was doing on Comedy Central. Like, he was actually addressing real news. Now he's going to be interviewing celebrities, whereas before he's interviewing congressmen and whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's a lame. I think late night's lame anyway.
And it's not gonna work, I don't think, because Stephen Colbert, he's putting on an act when he does the Colbert Report. He's not going to
he's
be
in
that
character.
same. Yeah, he's in character. He's not going to be that guy whenever he goes over to the Late Show, and all those people that follow him over him like, who the fuck is this guy?
I mean, I think that's why we like Stephen Colbert. He went in front of Congress and testified as Stephen Colbert, the TV personality, not as himself.
Actually said as
a satirical like caricature.
Yeah. I don't think they would have done a good job if they had him, Stewart, or Marr. I don't like Marr. I think he's just too, arrogant and pompous. He kind of reminds me of Dennis Miller, when Dennis Miller...
He's a much more tolerable version than Dennis Miller.
Yeah.
I mean, Mar's fine. I understand why people don't like him, but I like his show. I like how they do it.
It's gonna be really loud. It's not a twist off, so.
Sorry, I'm opening a beer.
We're keeping this in now just to make you feel awkward whenever you listen to it again.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, Bill Maher. That's the show. I guess it's Marr, isn't it?
Yeah.
I would say Mauer. I don't know.
Mauer,
Why.
yeah.
Marr.
He does come across as very pompous and arrogant, but I like his show.
I don't particularly like his show, but I did like the documentary he did, which is Religulous.
Yeah, Religulous. I've seen it. Yeah.
Very good documentary. I mean, he's the same guy, but it's like in doses, so you can kind of handle it a little bit better. But
Yeah. Next in the news, Mad Men. It's official. They're getting a film. I think it would have been better as a film from the beginning.
originally, yeah, no, I feel like as excited as I am for a lot of the shows that are becoming movies more recently, like and that's Entourage and everything, I feel like this was just meant to be a movie, like exactly like you said.
From
like,
the beginning, yeah.
I want to know why people like it. I don't get it.
I've only seen like 2 episodes of it, so I can't speak on it without any
I've
bias of just not wanting to see it.
I've seen a few complete seasons of it. For me, on an individual episode basis, it's great TV. I mean, we're talking like some great directing and producing value. Like, better than a lot of shows that have a bigger budget. It does a very good job. I mean, it's critically acclaimed. It's won a lot of Emmys for like specific episodes. But to me, it doesn't hold my interest for more than an episode or 2.
Yeah.
I feel like the characters aren't interesting enough for me to continue to watch. But for what it can do for 1 hour spot, I think it can do really well. But it just doesn't hold value for me.
I like John Hamm and 30 Rock, but other than that, I don't care. Mad Men's whatever.
Announced but unofficial, Harrison Ford will return in the Blade Runner sequel. Now, it is official that the Blade Runner sequel is happening, right? It's just not official that Harrison Ford is okay.
Because I think the script is either done or it's almost done. I just don't know why. When did Blade Runner come out in the 80s?
84?
80,
yeah, so it was early 80s, 83,
so
84.
30 years later, they're making a sequel to Blade Runner. I don't get it.
Well,
I would almost rather them do a complete reboot.
How long did they wait before they did a sequel to Tron? And how amazing was it?
It's about the same amount of time. Right, but that's a whole different...
82 is when Blade Runner came out.
It's a whole different... To me, that's way different than Blade Runner. You're making a direct sequel, whereas... Fuck, I don't know, man. I just don't know why.
Well, okay.
And yeah, Tron came out in 82 as well.
It's not on our list, but you showed me earlier, and I got really excited. The Jurassic Park thing.
Oh, Jurassic World?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that going to be like a complete reboot, or is that just a 30 years down the road?
I'm pretty sure it takes place after
everything that's happened.
Yeah, shit goes down apparently. I'll see if there's a synopsis for it that I can read.
That'd be crazy if it was like the world is Jurassic Park and humans are trying to get away from dinosaurs.
I think that's what it is.
Oh, that's badass.
Like the Jurassic Island is taken over and it's spread
sort of like a what was that Will Smith movie?
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend, where it's just apocalypse.
That sounds awesome.
That would just fucking T-Rexes
I would
just
watch
destroying
that.
shit. Yeah.
Right.
Not like Jurassic Park anyway.
I like
the plot is unknown at this time, it says. So
that's fine. I mean, Blade Runner is. I haven't seen it in ages. I just don't know. It's.
Oh wow, this is the first Jurassic Park film that Kathleen Kennedy isn't producing.
I don't know who that is, but she apparently did
good
work.
All of them, all the Jurassic Park films she's produced. But Colin Trevorrow, as we all know, love him. He's directing this film. He also did Safety Not Guaranteed. Super good movie.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Watch it tomorrow.
It's the guy from The League, isn't it? That's the main actor.
Mm-hmm. Two last news things, just going to list them both off. Benedict Cumberbatch will not be in the new Star Wars film, and I meant to say Star Wars, not Star Trek. He was supposed to be in this new Star Wars, but he's not going to be. And the Avatar 2 script will be finished within 6 weeks, as according to James Cameron.
It makes me sad about Benedict Cumberbatch because I think Star Wars is way better for him than Star Trek.
I don't think he should be in both of them. I know they're completely different, but...
Well, then I don't think the director should be the same either.
Touche.
Because that has more influence on what the movie's going to be like than anything.
They, and I don't know if it's true, but the big thing going around now is that Hugo Weaving's going to be in the next Star Wars movie, which I'm totally with.
What was Cumberbatch even going to play? Does they ever say?
They didn't say. I know Abrams wanted him. They had talked about it for months. And Cumberbatch is he's the Jesus of nerds right now. I mean, people love that guy.
What really makes me sad is all the original people, Hamill, Ford, Fisher, all them, they've all got calls to be in the next one. Everybody except for Billy D. Williams. And that makes me so upset because he was my favorite. The smoothest man in history is Billy D. Williams.
Billy D. Williams.
But apparently he's said, in a whole bunch of news conferences that he's been doing lately, he really, really wants to be in the new Star Wars films when they come back out.
It might be one of those things like when Abrams was doing Star Trek and Shatner wanted to be in it, but Abrams said, "Fuck you, I don't like you," or something.
Oh yeah, but who doesn't like Billy D. Williams? A lot of people don't like Shatner.
I'm just saying, maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Guys, come on.
Yeah,
let's get to that.
I can tell you a whole bunch of reasons why you don't. Exactly, that's why you don't want Shatner. But Billy D. Williams is just the smoothest man in the world. All right. Is it time for trailer talk?
I believe it is.
Trailer talk.
All right. Trailers to talk about. Deliver Us from Evil, starring Eric Bana. Looks like a actually pretty decent horror film. It looks typical from the director. I can't remember off the top of my head, but he did...
The Exorcism of
Emily
Rose
and Sinister. So I hate these films, these horror films that depict themselves as based on true events. It's the oldest cliche. Just we get it. could have happened to somebody. You don't need to. It doesn't add anything to the
It's supposed to make them more believable.
It doesn't, though. It doesn't.
That's the whole idea.
No, there's few films that make you think that it was real. I remember when Blair Witch Project came out, you were the same.
I thought it was real.
Everybody thought that film was real because nobody done anything like that.
I came out of that movie and I was freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then I went home and I think I was actually watching David Letterman, and they had two of the people on the show, and I said, "Wait, what?"
Yeah. And that wasn't that night. It was like months after that movie came out that they started interviewing the actors in it, and people were like, "Oh, so it wasn't."
I saw that movie like 3 weeks after it came out.
Oh, really?
So that was about the time, but I had no idea.
I saw that movie about 2 years after it came out.
It's still a terrifying movie. It was brilliant for its time. But Deliver Us from Evil, what do you guys think? Is it something that you're going to be interested to see in theaters?
I hate horror movies, so no.
I don't remember the last time I take that back. I do remember the last time I saw a horror movie in theaters. And
Did it end well?
it was The Ring.
Oh, okay.
The last horror movie, actually, it's one of maybe 2 horror movies I've seen that I liked, was the remake of Halloween that Rob Zombie did. That was actually good. But I just think horror movies are terrible in general.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I want to see something new in a horror movie before I'm going to spend money to go see it. And to me, this doesn't look anything original or new. I mean, it's...
That's why I wanted to go and see The Ring, because it looked new. I know it's a remake of a Japanese film, but nobody knew that.
No one saw that, yeah.
I was gonna say Freddy versus Jason, but that wasn't really a horror movie. That was just a nod to the 80s.
The last horror movie I saw was The Strangers. In
that
theaters.
movie looks creepy as shit. I haven't seen it. Isn't that Tyler?
Liv Tyler,
It was scary because
That
it could have actually happened
plausible.
to you.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this to us? Because you were home.
Exactly.
That's horrifying.
Yeah.
I
saw that in theaters when it first came out. That was freaked me out.
My sister, to this day, she says there's only 2 films that terrify her more than anything, and The Strangers is one of them. And the other's actually E.T. Because when she was a kid, she saw... You remember he was shuffling towards them at night?
Yeah.
That's actually kind of creepy.
Yeah. I guess I can see that.
Horror movies, nah.
Next film and trailer talk. Joe.
Nick Cage!
Yeah.
This actually looks good.
It looks good. It looks like like I said earlier, it looks like a Bayou version of Gran Torino,
Which I love Gran Torino, actually.
I do too.
Is Nick Cage going to have a reconnaissance?
No.
This
could be the start of it. Nick Cage in a reconnaissance. Could you imagine? The world would explode.
If he stopped
making bad movies.
Yeah.
What?
The Rock was good. Raising Arizona was good.
Was he finally out of bankruptcy?
Gone in 60 Seconds was good.
No.
I liked that movie a lot.
No, I did too.
Did you see Bad Lieutenant, where he pretty much played himself as the coked out guy?
No, I have that movie at home somewhere, but I haven't seen it.
Wasn't bad.
What was that movie that he made with what was her name? Olivia, what was her name?
Olivia Newton-John.
No.
What was it about?
Olivia Wilde?
No, she's Hispanic. Make sure it's not Olivia. No, Eva
Mendes?
Eva Mendes.
Oh, was it like
Ghost
Bangkok
Rider?
or something?
Ghost Rider?
No, you're thinking... No, I don't know. No, it wasn't Ghost Rider. That movie's fucking horrible.
It was really bad.
Bad Lieutenant. She was in Bad Lieutenant.
I don't know.
Other than that, I don't know. He was in that really awful movie where he's like fighting the devil.
Oh, I did remember this other Nick Cage movie that was really good, Kick-Ass.
Oh,
That's not really a Nick Cage movie, though. He was just in that movie.
But he's in it and didn't screw it up, so we got to give him a little bit of credit.
That's true.
Bangkok Dangerous, is that?
I have seen that, yeah. I don't know if that's what I'm thinking of or not.
We could have that be an entire show where we try and find the good Nick Cage movies and then talk about how bad the bad ones were.
Hear that noise? That's a beautiful Heineken being opened.
Next... But yeah, Joe, it will, for me, be one that I'll go and see in theaters. It looks really good.
Really good.
It looks like it has a lot of potential.
And it, like you said, it did have the kid who was in Mud. And Mud, speaking of reconnaissance.
Yeah. Matthew McConaughey came out in 2012 was when it was released. Indie movie.
Very limited release.
Very limited.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. Go watch it.
It kind of looks like
Mud's
Joe
on
does,
Netflix?
Mud is on Netflix, yeah.
Mud's on
I didn't know
Netflix.
that.
Yeah.
It's the same kid that's in Joe is in Mud, but it's crazy how like teenagers and like those adolescent years, like how much they can change in 2 years.
Yeah.
This kid now is like supposed to be like 16. He was like a middle schooler in Mud, he looks like a completely different guy.
Well,
Yeah.
a great example of that is look at Bran in Game of Thrones in season 1, and look at him now. He looks like he's Keanu Reeves. Did you see that?
I did see that, yeah.
iFunny thing? That was awesome.
Yeah, no. Joe looks good. You should probably, I probably will go see it.
It's going to be one that I'll go and see in theaters.
But Mud is out. Sure. Definitely see that. I compared it to like the Huck Finn movie.
Oh yeah,
where they're like on the river on the raft, that movie. Yeah. And then
isn't Milo and Otis based off that too?
Yeah,
I'm going way off topic.
Milo
here,
and Otis is awesome.
But a combination of that and Winter's Bone, because it's that kind of like white poor atmosphere where like
we need Jennifer Lawrence in it then.
Got Reese Witherspoon, which is nothing compared to that, but she's in like 3 scenes in the movie, but she does a pretty decent job.
Yeah. Next trailer, Angriest Man in Brooklyn. Looks pretty funny.
Can't believe I'm saying that I want to see a Robin Williams movie again.
Dude, Jumanji.
That was the last
How
good
long
one.
ago was that? I mean...
No, he did...
Wasn't he in that movie with Al Pacino?
Where
Insomnia?
Dude, that was a...
And then there was
That was a creepy movie. Oh, it was 1 Hour Photo.
1 Hour Photo's one I'm thinking.
Have you seen that film?
Yeah, 1 Hour Photo.
That's probably my favorite of his serious
I used to
roles,
love
besides
old Robin
Good Will
Williams,
Hunting.
Miss Doubtfire is the ish.
Yeah, Miss Doubtfire, Good Will Hunting, Jumanji.
And it kind of looks like those movies,
Patch
except
Adams.
he's not the happy guy in this movie. He looks like he's the grumpy old man next door. And he looks like he can pull it off.
Totally. Well, it was a long time ago in that Cracked article about people that should have been movies, and it was Robin Williams as Jack Nicholson's character in The Shining. But,
yeah.
But Stanley Kubrick was like, he's too crazy for the part. Like, how crazy is that?
That's another one we can do on another show, is talking about
craziest Jack Nicholson films.
No, about movies that were changed by casting.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Last minute casting. Because fun fact, we're going way off topic here. Did you know that they actually had Keanu Reeves in the Titanic and had filmed several scenes with him before they went to DiCaprio?
Yeah.
Bro, the ship is sinking, man.
No,
whoa, iceberg.
No, it would already be like halfway sunk, and then he would, look out. But Angriest Man in Brooklyn, Robin Williams, it looks like a really funny movie. It has Peter Dinklage in it.
Mila Kunis.
Fine.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's one I'll see in theaters. Maybe maybe a dollar show.
So, yeah.
I'll wait until I hear if it's actually good or not before I go and see it.
Speaking of fine, Deliver Us from Evil, Olivia Munn.
Whoo! Yeah.
And that we should
just
throw that out there.
Real quick, going back to Captain America.
You're sweating. I don't know if it's because it's his hotness or you're thinking
hot
of Olivia
as tits in this room. Going back to Captain America, every time Scarlett Johansson was on the screen, I kept thinking, man, she's hot. The entire time. Okay, nice. I'm done. Nice. That was it. Nice.
Last trailer to talk about. Fed Up, the documentary about how sugar is causing all obesity in America and that the sugar companies are responsible for every great evil of the past 1,000 years.
I feel like it's actually not so much the
Fucking
sugar
Obama.
companies. It's
Obama.
It's not so much the sugar companies. It's the other companies putting the processed sugars into their foods.
Like, processed foods, man.
That's why I hate these misleading documentaries that try and pin. I'm not saying that these companies aren't bad for the things they do, but they try and make them sound like they're the root of all evil.
But you know what? It's bad because you see that and you're like, oh my god, that looks terrible. I should change my eating habits. And then you go to the store and you see maple and bacon flavored potato chips, and you think, man, I just want to fatten myself.
Okay,
and sit on the couch and eat those.
I was at Taco Bell today. I had ordered my food. And I was watching the trailer for this at the same time. And after I put in my order, it got to, the end of the trailer. And that's when I realized that I had ordered a Dr. Pepper with no ice just so I could get that much more Dr. Pepper.
What did you order to eat?
I got a double XL grilled stuffed burrito with no guacamole.
Thank you.
And no veggies either.
Guacamole is delicious, first of all.
Guacamole is the most disgusting thing ever.
Guacamole is disgusting.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Awful.
And I also got a nacho cheese chalupa.
Nice. Have you had the waffle taco yet?
No.
Yes.
I've not had breakfast there yet.
I actually, for the most part, I do eat fairly healthy. I watch what I eat, and I have...
I really should.
This film, it doesn't... I know it's a big problem in the U.S. and everything, but I thought it was just kind of funny. The day I was watching this was like a binge day where I just eat really bad food.
If you want to see another good documentary sort of in this same realm, watch Food Inc.
Food Inc. and there's only 2 food documentaries I'll ever recommend besides the Chipotle documentary.
Size Me?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Super Size Me and the Chipotle documentaries because
Haven't
they just
seen
show.
Chipotle.
It's just an hour and a half of them showing you Chipotle food and how delicious it looks. It's on Netflix.
I'll pass.
I watched it twice
Of course
while
you did.
while eating Chipotle.
When my wife and I went to New York, it was when Andrew had decided to swear off Chipotle for whatever reason. What was it?
Money.
Money, okay. He decided to swear off Chipotle, which we know he loved. So we were in New York, and we kept taking pictures of Chipotle and sending them back to
different.
Andrew.
Just like, hey, there's a Chipotle here. Oh,
hey,
look over
hey,
there.
we're at
There's
Times Square.
another
There's Chipotle. You want to see it?
That's awesome.
You know, actually, going off topic again, and then after I say this, I promise we'll get to Marvel. I was actually in Chicago, and I found a Walgreens that was not on a corner, and it blew my
Bullshit.
mind. I
and
swear to God.
and then the world imploded.
Yeah. It's the end and beginning of the universe is that Walgreens.
I call shenanigans.
I will show you a picture of it later. It's a Walgreens. Oh, if
I
you go,
believe you.
okay, you watch this YouTube video later, and I'm going to find that picture, and I'm going to post it during this section in the video.
Okay.
So I think we're done with news trailer talk. I think it's time to talk some Marvel,
Let's
guys.
talk some Marvel, guys.
Marvel, you are the greatest superhero films of all time.
If you were a woman, I would make sweet love to you.
Yeah. Going all the way back, let's just do history of Marvel films. We'll start from the very first Marvel film, talk about it, and then we'll just work up through the years of all the great Marvel films and the bad ones too, just to mention them. So the first Marvel film came out, when was it, 1994?
No,
1944.
1944.
What did I
Captain
say?
America. The original Captain America.
Yeah, what did I say 94?
94, yeah.
I meant to say 1944.
'Cause-
Yeah, the Captain America. That's whenever Marvel Studios was known as Timely Comics.
Believe it or not, real quick, there was a time when Marvel movies were not good.
Oh, there was a long time. And we'll get to the first good Marvel film.
Yeah.
And it's not until
2000.
2000, yeah.
Actually, 98.
Oh, yeah.
Because that
Wait.
movie was good.
Yeah, okay. So,
No one
so it starts off with Captain America. I haven't seen it, so I can't. And that's the 1944 Captain America
Yeah.
film. There's been a couple of them before we get to this current with Chris, what's his name?
Evans.
Chris Evans, yeah. So after Captain America, we go to one of the worst films of all time, and that's
42
Howard.
years later.
Yeah, 40. Yeah, so it jumps from 1944 to 1986. We get Howard the Duck.
Co-produced with Lucasfilms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, didn't George Lucas direct this movie? I think he did.
He may very well have.
Yeah.
I think I've heard something like that.
And
Terrible.
yeah, really, really bad. A good like mystery science theater kind of a film, just a film to make fun of as you watch it. I think it won a Razzie for the worst film of all time, or it was nominated for the worst film.
Yeah,
of all
because
time.
I think Troll 2 won worst film of all time.
Did it?
I think.
I love looking at the Razzie nominations because, you know, there's all these awards depicting how amazing an actor is. There's Razzies are the only ones that tell you how bad. Like, how many has Michael Bay won? How many Razzies?
I don't know. Well, that's something we could talk about. How many Razzie films we've seen that we actually like.
Yeah.
I can't remember who told me this. It may have been Kelsey even. Not Julia Roberts.
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock, yeah, actually showed up to the Razzies to accept her award for. I don't remember what movie it was for.
It was the movie with Bradley Cooper where she was
Oh
kind
yeah,
of the ditzy
the Trouble
news
with
reporter.
Steve or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Or, yeah. She showed up to the Razzies to accept her award, and I think she's like the only person, like big name actress, that actually did that.
That was the year
So I gotta
that
give her credit for
she
that.
won the Razzie for that movie and won the Oscar for Blindside.
Yeah,
Are you
year.
shitting me?
Same year. And that movie with Bradley Cooper wasn't that bad. I didn't think so anyway.
it was pretty shitty, but it wasn't.
Well, yeah.
Probably not. Maybe not the worst movie made though.
Then after Howard the Duck, we get Dolph Lundgren playing the Punisher.
That's a perfect movie for him.
It
or a
really
perfect
is.
role.
Although he had to dye his hair black, and you didn't even. He kind of looked like who's the. I'm having a brain fart day. I can't think of anybody. Guy from Evil Dead, Army of
Bruce
Dogs.
Campbell?
He kind of looked like Bruce Campbell a little bit, except like 9 foot tall and muscular.
Have you guys seen the "It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia" episode where they try to bring back Dolph? Have you seen that?
Oh no,
You look it up. It's really funny.
I haven't seen. Is it a newer episode then? Within the last
Like
2 or 3
year
seasons?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to watch so many things at once. You know,
Best Dolph Lundgren movie of all time, if you can watch it. I think it came out in 1987. one man army.
Oh, I thought you were
Badass.
Rocky 3.
I was like, yeah.
Oh, Rocky 4.
Rocky
Rocky 4 is
4.
good too.
I was like,
I'm talking about where Dolph Lundgren is the star.
I think that's
I
the only Dolph
must
Lundgren
break
we've
you.
actually seen was Rocky 4.
Oh man, one man
What about
army
the
is so great.
Expendables?
Well, yeah.
You guys hate the Expendables. I love
No,
the
the
Expendables.
first one's fine. What I didn't like about the second one was all of the one-liners.
That's why I liked it. The cornier the Expendables
They should get David
is,
Caruso then, just, star in it.
Oh, I just want to film with David Caruso taking off sunglasses and then somebody in the background. Yeah.
Okay, David Caruso moment. Sorry, real quick. I was watching the episode 9, season 2 of Game of Thrones, Blackwater, the Blackwater Bay episode.
Yeah.
And there's a part where Stannis cuts the top of the dude's head off. And I looked at my brother and I said, I guess it looks like he'll never be the head of a major corporation.
That was way too loud for any human ears to handle, so I apologize.
I'll edit it to where it's not as loud. But...
So, okay.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, see, we're not quite to anything
Yeah.
really good yet.
90s brings the next Captain America
the next
movie, which
Captain
I didn't
America
even know they
19.
made one.
I didn't either, so,
Yeah.
but this is what I'm saying. I'm about 4 or 5 Heinekens deep. I have to use the restroom, so you guys continue. I'll be back.
Have fun.
Yeah, dude, we can handle this. Yeah. So then that movie was a straight to VHS here in the US and then theatrical in some countries. And then you go to apparently is the worst superhero movie ever made, the unreleased Fantastic Four in 1994, which I've heard so many stories about. And there's VHS, there's places you can find it.
That is
apparently it is just awful. But then you go fast forward 4 years.
The very first good Marvel movie.
This is when you start to get quality comic book movies. It starts with Blade, 1998. Yeah. That is a great movie.
Very, very, very good.
And it stands up still because I saw bits and pieces of it the other day, and it was good. It's still
Wesley
good.
Snipes is a total badass.
Yes.
So, yeah. Who was the guy who played the villain in...
Stephen Dorff.
Yeah.
Stephen Dorff is really underrated. He should get more work.
He really should. Then after that, we get to one of my top 10 favorite Marvel movies of all time.
Yes.
And that's the first X-Men movie.
Yes.
Blew me out of the water.
I saw
Welcome
this...
back, Austin. We are talking about the
X-Men.
first 2 actual good Marvel movies. First one was Blade.
Okay.
And now we're talking about my personal, one of my top 10, and that's the first X-Men movie.
The first X-Men movie is fantastic.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good. And I remember I saw that 2 or 3 times in the theater. And that was the first time I didn't see Blade in theater. No. I saw that on DVD.
Yeah, I did too, yeah.
Well, honestly, it wasn't until very recently I even knew Blade was actually a Marvel movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah. Then after Blade, we get...
Blade
after
2.
X-Men, we get Blade 2.
Blade
Not
2
as
and
good.
Spider-Man both
Is
came out
Blade
the
2
same
the
year.
one that had...
Norman Reedus. Yes.
Oh, I knew he was in it, but I was thinking of... what's his fame? Ryan Reynolds. Or is that...
No,
Blade?
that's Trinity. Trinity's the worst one.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Blade 2's actually good.
Yeah, the one with Norman Reedus. Oh, where he clicks the button. Yeah. I won't... But yeah...
No. Okay, real quick. We
Norm-
can give spoilers on this shit. That's been out for 12 years.
Well, we don't need to, though. It's
Right.
not something we need to give a spoiler
That's
on.
true.
So if we don't have to, then I'm not going to say it. Just with the button. And then we go to...
Spider-Man.
I didn't like it
You
at
didn't like
all.
the first Spider-Man?
No, okay. I didn't like it then. It was kind of good. But if you go back and you watch it now, it is one of the worst.
Yeah, it doesn't stand up now.
No,
but
I'm
then
talking
it was
about...
good.
No, it wasn't even good then.
I liked it then.
I liked it then.
I dare you to go back, watch it. And I'm not talking about CGI. I'm talking about the worst acting I've ever seen. And that's even from, you get great actors in that movie, and it's just bad.
Well,
Okay.
it's bad now, yeah.
I have a confession to make, on recorded microphones. Are you guys ready for this?
Okay, he already talked about how he's never seen The Godfathers or The Indiana Jones. You can't top that.
Oh, no,
so
no.
you're safe. Whatever.
Whatever,
any
man.
confessions after this, we know where the bar is set.
I used to have the biggest crush on Kirsten Dunst.
Oh, man, she was
Yeah.
so hot
No, but
back in the day.
but before Spider-Man,
Are you talking pedo times?
Are you
dude?
talking Interview with the Vampire? 'Cause that's
I
weird.
was younger than her, so it can't really get.
That's
pedo at
true.
all. You guys remember was it Small Soldiers?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Remember that movie? She was
I've
in that
seen
movie.
it,
She was
but I don't
the
remember.
older sister to the.
Yeah.
I had a huge crush on her.
Everybody,
in that movie.
Yeah.
Whenever
Like when I was
you were
younger.
whenever you were a kid, it's safe.
It's okay.
Yeah. I'm going to get away from the topic as quick as I can now.
Now, back to the movie.
Then you get a bad one.
A very, very, very bad one. Daredevil was beyond anything.
I've only seen part of it.
The worst Affleck movie I think I've probably ever seen. The
You
worst
haven't seen
Affleck movie.
Geely?
Yeah,
Geely?
Geely's the worst.
No, I
That
have
was
not seen
nominated
that.
as the worst movie of the
Actually, it
last 20
was
years.
nominated as the worst movie of all time. I thought that was the one that won.
Geely? I don't even know
Maybe
what
it
that
was.
Jennifer
I don't know.
Lopez and Ben Affleck.
Al Pacino.
I still think that even Pearl Harbor's worse than
Oh,
Daredevil.
Pearl Harbor's awful.
is. Yeah, probably was pretty good. But, well, okay, fair enough.
Then you get back to
It's
more
really
quality.
bad, though.
You get quality. You get X2, which came out in 2003.
Yeah.
Great movie. Better than the first one. Probably the
no.
best of the series.
No,
Oh, are
X-Men
you kidding me?
X-Men
Oh,
1 was
you're
way
wrong.
better than X2.
You're wrong. I'll fight you.
You bring it on, bitch.
Wait, you saying the second X-Men is better than the
X2
first?
is better than X-Men 1. I think it is, and I don't think it's close.
You know, I can't really say one way or the other, but I will like yield to your guys' expertise on this.
Then we get shit with the first Hulk movie released in
Eric
2003.
Bana. And
Eric
wasn't
Bana-
Ang Lee directed?
Ang Lee directed it. Eric Bana, Sam... What the hell's that guy's name? He
Sam
was in-
Rockwell?
No, Sam something. He was in...
Samsonite?
Yes. No, he was one of the brothers in Tombstone.
Wait, who
He
played
was
Hulk in that
also
first
in-
movie?
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott was the
Yeah.
dad, and then Jennifer Connelly was his daughter in that movie.
Yeah.
Who played the first Hulk in that movie?
Eric Bana.
Eric Bana.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't the good one with... We'll get to that.
We'll get there.
Then you get The Punisher, which is Tom Jane.
Dude,
I-
Tom Jan- I
actually
love
wasn't
that
that
movie.
bad.
I
It was
love that
good.
movie.
Okay, it doesn't fit the Punisher storyline at all because the Punisher was all about just dealing out bloody carnage. This was strategic, no
Yeah.
punishing like at all, but it was still a
Didn't
really
care
good
for John Travolta, but the movie was good.
Really,
Yeah.
I actually kind of like John Travolta's role.
Not the best. Then you get 3 movies that weren't that good. I haven't
No.
actually seen Spider-Man 2, though.
Really,
Really?
I haven't seen it all. I've
Spider-Man
seen
2 is
enough.
better than Spider-Man 3.
No, they got worse as.
Oh yeah, no, but Spider-Man 2
Wait.
is better than 3, for sure.
Oh, the better than 3. I was saying, yeah, they
2
just
was
got
better than
worse.
Actually,
yeah.
this starts a streak where you get a few bad ones.
Yeah, it really does.
You got Spider-Man
Wow,
2.
You get a long. I don't even know where to stop on the bad ones.
You get
So-
Spider-Man 2.
Okay, Spider-Man 2 was bad. Then
Blade
you get
Trinity,
Blade Trinity,
which
Oh,
was not good.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't good at all.
Not
That's the
good.
Ryan Reynolds one.
Elektra.
That was.
It was really bad.
Ugh.
Man-Thing, which we've never heard of.
Elektra was like on
Man-Thing
like Daredevil
is a
level.
TV.
Right.
I've never even heard of Man-Thing. It's a TV original, and I think they just threw it in because it was actually a Stan Lee comic character. Never even heard of Man-Thing before.
Then you get Fantastic Four, which was meh.
I didn't like the Fantastic Four.
It was
at all.
bad. And then you get X-Men Last Stand, truly a bad film.
I've heard from several people in the comic book world that when you go back and watch it, it's actually better now than it was then.
No.
Which I
The
kinda
only
wanna
thing
do.
I did, and this is a spoiler, the only thing I liked about it is after the credits, whenever you see Magneto sitting with the chess piece and he just
yeah.
twitches his finger and then it actually moves, I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I did like that. And then after, it was a bad
Ghost
film.
Rider.
Ghost Rider. Speaking of bad Nick
Oh
Cage
my
films,
god, one of my least favorite films of all time, right there.
Did
I
you
not-
know? Fun fact:
Oh.
that is what is that? The girl's name that played Fat Amy in
oh yeah, she's also from
Rebel Wilson.
Yeah, Rebel.
That's her first movie.
Is it really?
She plays the girl in the newscast where she's like, his head went.
Oh yeah,
Oh
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that.
no, seriously, I fucking hate that movie like with a passion.
Which one?
Ghost Rider,
Oh yeah, it
Not a
was.
fan.
so bad.
Then
Yeah.
you get X or no,
No,
not
the
X-Men.
Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3, which was not
Which
good.
I hated that film so much because they ruined
Venom.
my favorite comic book villain, and that's Venom. Venom,
Yeah.
they're besides
Such a
him and
shame,
Carnage,
man.
which are both Spider-Man. Okay, there's only two comic book characters, and they're not even in the same universe, but they both have the best villains. Spider-Man has the best villains, and Batman has the best villains.
I would agree with you on Batman. I will not agree with you on Spider-Man.
You have Venom, you have Carnage, you have Dr. Oculus, you have Green Goblin,
Okay.
the Rhino.
X-Men, you have Magneto, you have Mystique, you have Juggernaut, you have Apocalypse, you have the Brood, you have the Shi'ar. I mean,
I don't know. I guess
I like them better.
I guess I'm just more partial.
Oh, I
to
love
Spider-
Venom. I love Venom and Carnage. They're great. I'm not saying they're bad. I just think the X-Men villains are better.
But
I'm partial to X-Men anyway, so.
Yeah, okay, so after Spider-Man 3, we get the Fantastic Mr. Four Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Not the best.
Not the best. And holy shit, out of
Step
nowhere,
up.
we get an incredible Marvel film.
this
And this
is
where actually you start getting...
Minus the second Ghost Rider movie, this is where the quality really starts.
Yeah. And that's with the first Iron Man film. Digging himself out of the biggest comeback story in Hollywood history, Robert Downey Jr. I don't know how he landed this role, but he blew it out of the fucking water.
And he was perfect for it,
Did
too.
you see, it's funny, you look at him and Charlie Sheen are really similar in that their paths started out differently, where Sheen started out with instant success, and he's sort of just driven it down slowly. Mm-hmm. Robert Downey Jr. started out successful.
Yeah.
And then he
was
just,
in Chaplin.
Right.
One of the greatest hit performances ever. Have you seen Chaplin, where he plays the life story of Charlie Chaplin?
He goes down and he gets out of it, whereas Sheen really hasn't gotten out of it
yet. I don't see him coming back from it though.
I mean, look,
Downey Jr. is awesome.
This thing is, Sheen got all his like big success though, like money wise from TV. So he'll stick to TV. So he'll never really come out of that.
Hot Shot movies.
That's a funny movie.
Those are. I miss those satirical movies like Hot Shot and other like Airplane. All those just slapstick satirical. Oh, those were that's when comedy was like at its prime. I think it was just stupid. All those Leslie Nielsen movies. But going back
then
to
you get
Marvel,
The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton.
that was a good.
Awesome.
That was a good.
That is a great movie.
It also had
William Hurt,
Liv
Tyler.
I'm thinking of fuck my brain today.
Shit, what is his name?
Tim
Roth.
Tim Roth.
Is that his name?
Yeah, it's Tim Roth.
Tim Roth, yeah.
As the villain.
As
Which you said, all these are good minus the Ghost Rider movie. Actually, the second Punisher movie.
You didn't like it?
I thought it was all right.
I liked it.
I didn't think it
because
was that bad.
that's what the Punisher was supposed to be.
I don't know.
That's the guy that plays the Punisher in that movie is one of the dudes that pals around with Thor.
Yeah.
That was my problem. It wasn't the original guy, and I actually really liked the first movie. So when it wasn't that guy anymore, I was a little let down. I guess.
And then you get X-Men Origins, which came out in 2009, was just meh. I hated it because they advertised Gambit as being a huge part of it, and he was in it for like 5 minutes.
Ray Stevenson.
Yeah, Ray Stevenson.
Yeah, he was the Punisher.
Then we actually go back to quality. Iron Man 2, 2010.
Origins Wolverine.
Yeah, it was just meh.
One of the worst.
Yeah.
It was.
It's so sad too because it could have been so good.
Yeah. Iron Man 2. It was pretty good.
I liked it better
it's
than
just
the
hard.
first one.
You're dumb. You're an idiot.
I don't
You
like it
can
better
say
than the
I'm
first
dumb
one.
all
I
you
do like
want.
it.
No.
I thought it was better than the first one.
No.
I liked it a lot.
There were scenes that were cooler, but the movie as a whole, no.
Then you go to Thor, which was really good.
I liked Thor a lot.
Really good. Then X-Men First Class.
In this new like bout of movies from like 2010 on, Thor is probably the original Thor is probably one of my least favorites.
I liked it.
I don't know. I'll have to
liked
look.
it because
Iron Man 3.
One of my favorite memories
I'd rather watch Iron Man 3.
of going to the movies
It was
happened
bad.
when I went and saw Thor.
Really?
Me and Andrew and my wife went and saw that movie at midnight. And I begged her to go. I said, please go see this movie with me. I can't wait to see it. She said, I don't really like Thor doesn't interest me and I don't like big muscly bound dudes like that. It got to that scene where he steps out of the shower with no shirt on. And she turns to me and she says, well, okay, I'm kind of glad I came and saw it.
It was really
Never
funny.
forget it.
Although it was bad that night, something was wrong with the screen.
It was really dark.
Really dark. You
Yeah.
couldn't see anything. But after Thor, you get X-Men First Class.
Which I
good.
really liked.
It was
Yeah.
really good. And then the Captain America, the first one, that Chris Evans did, it wasn't... that was probably my least favorite.
Honestly, I saw the first Thor and the first Captain America within a few weeks of each other, and to me, Captain America was least.
I thought it was
above Thor.
way better.
I thought Thor was better than Captain America.
And we're not counting Ghost Rider because it's terrible anyway. I think the worst new Marvel movie is the X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I still think I think Wolverine's worse than Ghost Rider.
You're drunk as hell.
yeah.
No.
No, Ghost Rider's freaking horrible.
Yeah,
It's really bad, but you have
dude,
no
it's
idea
on a whole nother level.
how pissed I was at how bad Origins Wolverine was.
I just feel like that's because the expectations were higher, and so didn't like
Because
meet those.
Gambit is one of my favorite.
Gambit is my favorite superhero,
Yeah.
and I was so disappointed.
Are they
he's
going to
in
bring
my-
him back in later?
They
X-Men?
haven't said
He's
anything.
not going to be in Days of Future Past, which makes me sad.
Holy shit,
but-
I think we got a hailstorm outside right
Yeah.
now.
There's like they were on a tornado watch, I believe.
He's
Oh,
not.
really?
He's
Yeah.
not going to be in Days of Future Past, but he is. I think going to be in the next X-Men movie, which is Age of Apocalypse,
Okay.
which we'll get to later.
Yeah. After, what was that, First Class or Captain
Yeah,
America?
First Class and
And then we go back to Nick Cage
Ghost
trying to
Rider.
do Ghost Rider
Not the
again.
best.
And then we get to probably the greatest superhero film of all time, and that's The Avengers.
Until May of this year.
We'll see.
We'll see, yeah.
We'll see. The Avengers.
Not enough you can say about it. It was
Yeah.
so good. That part at the end, and there were great parts. But when it starts the invasion in New York, and Captain America's like,
Hulk.
Banner shows
Smash.
up, and he's like, "Oh, I'm always angry."
angry.
And then you just see him waylaying everything. It was so great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
The-
they show over and over again the scene.
the puny god scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm a god.
Probably my favorite scene, nobody ever talks about it, is whenever Thor is fighting the Hulk and he's waiting for Mjolnir to come to him. And then when he
Yeah.
finally grabs it, he just uppercuts the Hulk with
Yeah.
Mjolnir. Probably my favorite scene in any Marvel film.
Hulk is the only one that can pick up that hammer besides Thor.
No, Captain America did once in the comics as well. I
Really?
swear he did, yeah.
Wow.
There's actually 10 people throughout the whole history of
I
Marvel.
didn't know Captain America was that badass.
It's whoever is worthy, and I guess Captain
Oh.
America at one point in the comics was worthy to pick it. I think there's a list of 10 different people.
Wow.
Red Hulk.
Talk about like a Western centric view on things. That Captain
America is
worthy enough to pick
Yeah.
up the hammer.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Then you get to the
Amazing Spider-Man.
the Andrew Garfield version.
This is what Spider-Man was supposed to be.
I really love this movie.
It was really, really good. I just saw it about 6 months ago, and I really liked it.
yeah, that was great.
And then you get Iron Man 3. It was bad.
I didn't think it was bad.
I liked
was-
it a lot. I thought it was just as good as the other two
Because
because
I
it's
thought it was- I thought it
so
was-
story driven, and it's setting up him.
they could have
in the
cut out
next
an
Avengers.
hour of that movie.
They probably could have, but I love that because they went into
That whole thing with him and the
I liked
kid,
it.
I hated that. I hated the whole fire people thing. I thought that was just retarded. They touch things and they melt that are made out of metal, but their clothes are fine.
yeah.
Just, I don't know. I guess I'm just nitpicking. I just didn't think it was that good of a film.
You get the Wolverine, which I thought was awesome.
The Wolverine,
Ex-
it was really good.
Except I didn't care too much for the ending, but whatever.
Oh yeah, the ending. They could have done the ending
How
better.
did it end? Because I get the ending of that and then the first one.
It was the Silver Samurai.
It was the one where
Oh,
the guy
okay.
like drilled into his knuckles.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought, and I was mistaken because somebody corrected me earlier. I thought they were sucking the adamantium off of his bones.
No, they were sucking
They were sucking
healing.
his healing power. I got it. After that, I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
because
they
I
were
hated it until I found that out.
Yeah, they were sucking his healing ability.
It was
out.
really good though.
Yeah. And
you
then
get-
after that,
The next Thor movie.
the next Thor movie, it was pretty good. I liked it.
I liked it better than the first one. I already said
I
that.
did too.
Yeah,
It was
it was
better than the
good.
first
That was
one.
better.
And then you get this newest
Captain
one that we
America.
all just reviewed, and that was Captain America. Probably the second best, second or third. Maybe I think maybe it goes Avengers, the first Iron Man, and then this new Captain America movie.
I'm really excited to see this. You guys have seen it, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Go see it.
and then
you get stuff that's not out
not
yet.
out yet that we're super excited for.
Yes.
The next Spider-Man movie.
It looks great.
Every amazing villain is in this next one besides
Rhino.
Venom and Carnage.
You get Rhino, which is Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
Then you get Electro, which is Jamie Foxx. And I don't know the kid's name that's playing Norman Osborn.
He was in Chronicle. He was
Yeah.
in
He was
A Place Beyond the Pines, which have you guys seen that?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
I've seen
good.
that.
That was a good movie.
There's certain things about that movie I love, and there's certain things I don't like at all. But
Yeah.
overall, yeah.
And then there's the movie I have never seen anybody more excited for than this one, and that's X-Men Days of Future Past.
Man, I can't wait
Blowing
to see
loads every single time he hears the name of
it.
it.
That final trailer comes out Tuesday morning.
Yeah, I know.
What day
I
is
can't wait,
what's
man.
the release date on that?
May
It- It comes out the end of May, and I think Spider-Man 2
May
comes out.
23rd. Because May 16th is Godzilla and May 2nd is Spider-Man.
Yeah. And it's going to, like, him with Godzilla, my mental erection can only get so hard.
Yeah. I like how I coined that phrase now. I'm proud of that's
You
sticking
should be.
around.
You really should be.
I feel like we have like catchphrases now, and it's weird.
Yeah. We have catchphrases now. We're those people.
Then you get
Fuck.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't think there's ever been a movie that Guardians of the Galaxy that looks so fun.
I will go see Guardians of the Galaxy in theaters, absolutely, without hesitation.
Yes.
Yeah, we're probably going to see Spider-Man opening night. We're probably going to see Godzilla opening night, even though it's not Marvel. And we're probably going to see Guardians of the Galaxy and X-Men opening night.
Yeah, I can see all
X-Men will go
those being opening night.
shouldn't
Yeah.
we?
Definitely in theater, but especially
IMAX
maybe
3D for all those.
See that? Yeah.
Then
And then,
next year, you get the second Avengers.
Age of Ultron, which there is a teaser, a very just blatant. There's nothing special about that trailer.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't have it in our trailer talk.
People talking and
Yeah, it's talking
image
from
of
the
Canada.
old movies.
From the old one,
Yeah. Then the new Untitled Fantastic Four reboot.
Not the best.
I have never in my life seen worse casting for a film.
No, besides that, it's like they're trying to shove the Fantastic Four in everybody's face. They have tried so many times to make that a successful franchise, and they fail every time. I don't get it. I mean, they're fine. I'm nothing against them, but they don't. There's not. I just don't know.
You know, there's a chance they could scrap it too. I mean, I don't think they will, but there's a chance.
Oh yeah, because it's not even started pre-production.
Yeah.
Like they've casted it, but it hasn't really done anything beyond that.
Yeah.
Then you get Ant-Man,
I'm really excited for Ant-Man. Nothing
I will
is
see it.
out
I will see
about
it.
this movie.
except Paul Rudd as Ant-Man.
Paul Rudd's Ant-Man. Edgar Wright's directing it. It has Patrick Wilson, Evangeline Lilly, who's fine, the girl from Lost, and she's in Hobbit.
Yeah.
And then Corey Stoll, who we all know from House of Cards.
Yeah.
What's his name?
He was the
don't remember his
governor.
That
Yeah.
spoiler alert died.
Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael Douglas is in it.
That
Hank-
movie has a chance to be. It's really good because Edgar Wright did Hot Fuzz and all those, right?
Yeah. Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, and
And Paul
World's
Rudd's
End.
perfect for that kind of movie.
Yeah.
So it really could. I want to see a trailer first, though.
Yeah. And then we get into films that are announced, but absolutely nothing is out. Third Captain America film, X-Men Apocalypse.
That movie's going to be awesome
Yeah.
again because I mean they're not going to have the original cast like this. Days of Future Past has the original cast in it. This is going to be something completely different. They're going to show the lead into that at the end of Days of Future Past.
And then third Spider-Man film, really, if this next film is anything is good,
I bet that one has Venom in it.
if it has Venom in it, here's what I think. I think if this happens, it's going to be the greatest thing of all time. We all know that superhero movies, all these Marvel films, after the credits are done, they have something after that. I think after Spider-Man, we're going to get a Avengers tie-in.
Really?
I think that Sony and Marvel are going to finally come together and co-produce it so that Sony can get Spider-Man in the Avengers film.
Man, can you imagine? I think everyone would lose their
I
shit.
think that
that'd be
because isn't Spider-Man based in New York?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember at the end of Captain America, this is spoilers here, at the end of Captain America, Nick Fury says he has to go to New York to do something top secret. I think that he's going to go and he's going to talk.
No, wait, you mean where he's looking all gangster and shit?
Yeah.
I thought he said Europe.
I thought he said New York. If he said New York, I think that he's going to go and tie in Spider-Man because after the credits, you're going to see Nick Fury walk up to him.
It's possible.
I
I mean,
think-
that would be awesome. I don't think it's going to happen.
You don't think so?
No, I think that if they have a tie-in for that, it'll be into Spider-Man 3, which will be Venom and or Carnage.
Okay, but here's the
I
thing.
like that they have announced all the way up to 2018, and you're looking at the last Amazing Spider-Man. In all of those from 2015 on, there is no mention of a third Avengers movie.
Oh no, that's happening.
Oh, it'll happen, but it's not announced yet.
I think it's going to come out. It doesn't come out until 2018.
Yeah, no, I thought it was 2020. I thought they said that they had.
I don't know because they're going to have Avengers comes out next year, right? So after that, they're going to have obviously the next Captain America. They're going to have. They probably aren't going to do another Iron Man movie. but they are going to have another Hulk movie, and that's when they're going to start doing shit that...
No, there's going to be a Hulk TV show.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, after that, in the third round of Marvel films is where you get the secondary characters, like Doctor Strange, which is what I talked about.
Yeah.
They're going to get their movies.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they're going to tie Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. into anything that you're seeing in these
that's
movies?
Been confirmed.
Has it really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So after the third Spider-Man film, we have another Wolverine film. Do you think this is going to be the one where it's going to be the R-rated Wolverine film that they're going to tie in Deadpool to?
I wish.
Because they've been talking about this for a while. Ryan Reynolds has been talking to Hugh Jackman where they're trying to find a script where they can have their R-rated Deadpool Wolverine film.
If that happens, then my mental erection would get even harder.
Yeah. Okay, I hated the Wolverine Origins film.
Yeah, the first
one. But
terrible.
I can't think of many people that would be perfect to play Deadpool than Ryan Reynolds. Well,
they already have test footage.
Yeah.
They have the script is written, test footage is there. Fox is really wary about making an R-rated superhero movie, which is bullshit because they did it with fucking Blade.
Yeah. Who produced Spawn?
Oh, and
I know it's Dark Horse.
I don't know. But
it was R-rated.
That was R-rated, and then the second Punisher movie was R-rated.
Yeah. They can do it.
They just don't want to. They want, and this is what we talked about last week, where they make a movie to bring in the younger audience.
Yeah.
So they can make more money.
And I hate that. I think they should make a film to be good,
exactly,
not
to make money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they talk about that all the time with movies that are made and end up with NC-17 ratings that are made to conform.
The whole
to...
whole MPAA thing is a joke, really.
Bullshit,
the MPAA is bullshit. Have you seen that? This
film yet is not right.
Yeah, it's crap.
Great. Really, watch that documentary. It's on Netflix,
really,
too.
really good. Then you get the Untitled Fantastic Four sequel, for Spider-Man, blah. Those movies they haven't even begun.
There's nothing about them to really report.
Then we'll get real quick because I think we're like over an hour right now.
We're over an hour, but we always go a little over an hour.
So we'll get to some...
And we're not going to do IMDb idiots this week.
No, yeah.
This is some rumors that / confirmed things.
Yeah, we need rumors. We don't need
Paul
confirmed.
Bettany is going to be back in the second Avengers. He's going to be playing Vision.
Yeah, the Vision.
Right, I didn't know that.
So he's going to play the Vision, and he's also going to play Jarvis. So
then you get Anthony Mackie will be back for the next Captain America movie. He's not going to be in the Avengers, which is fine because I just thought his character was okay. Mm-hmm. Gwyneth Paltrow, Natalie Portman, and Liv Tyler are all coming back for their roles. Apparently, Mel Gibson's going to be Thanos.
Are you serious?
What?
Apparently, that is a big rumor going. Apparently, he's confirmed to actually be in a Marvel movie or two. He apparently is going to be Thanos. Can you imagine that?
It's all CGI, so I don't have to put up with his face. But he does have a pretty wicked voice that I think would go.
Yeah.
Apparently, Scarlett Johansson's pregnant, and I guess they're redoing her schedule for all these Marvel movies because of that.
Really?
I guess they were going to do.
Good for her. Congratulations.
Sorry, guys. Yeah. Oh. Never mind.
We never had a shot. You're both married, and I'm in a relationship, and it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Yeah.
So,
and that's null and void because it doesn't matter anyway.
She's on my what's that called?
Your 5 list of celebrities you can hook up with. Yeah.
I guess the characters that are the Avengers in the next movie is Captain America, Iron Man, obviously, Thor, Hulk, Hawkeye, Black Widow, all those we knew, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, which are the twins at the end of Captain America 2.
Can we talk about that a little bit?
James Rhodes, which is Iron Patriot, and then you get Vision.
Yeah. Can we talk about the twins for a second?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So, not a lot of people know this. Marvel Studios is its own filming studio, but they do not own the rights to X-Men or Spider-Man. X-Men is owned by Fox, and Spider-Man is owned by Sony right now. Yeah. They've been trying to buy them back, and it's just they've been asking way too much for those properties.
Well, Fox is a bunch of dicks anyway.
Yeah, they really are. Here's the thing. The twins, which they have the Scarlet Witch, and who's the other one? Quicksilver.
Which is... Quicksilver is like Marvel's version of the Flash. And Scarlet Witch is kind of like a female version of Doctor Strange, only I think she's equally as powerful.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Quicksilver is super fast, and the Scarlet Witch is
reality bending powers.
Exactly. Yeah. They're going to be played. Quicksilver is going to be Aaron Taylor Johnson, and the Scarlet Witch is going to be Elizabeth Olsen. both of which are in the new Godzilla movie. But okay, here's the thing that I think is really interesting, and a lot of people who are big Marvel fans know this already, but for those of you who don't, casual fans may not know this. Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, those are Magneto's kids. And since they're Magneto's kids, how are they going to tie that in if Fox owns the rights to X-Men?
They just can't say that they're Magneto's kids. It's not to those two characters in particular, it's to Magneto. Like, Quicksilver's going to be in X-Men Days of Future Past as well.
Is it going to be Aaron Taylor Johnson playing him?
No. Completely different person. Yeah, I know, it's stupid, but I hate Fox just for this reason. Because technically, there's a lot of crossover into the Avengers. Spider-Man's an Avenger, Wolverine's an Avenger.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the nerd's wet dream.
How would you feel if after the credits on either Spider-Man or X-Men Origins, you see Nick Fury coming up to Wolverine or Spider-Man and say, "We have a mission for you"?
It would be that instance where, like I said earlier, where my mental erection would get even harder.
Don't steal my catch.
Or Age of Ultron, where you see Nick Fury walk up to Garfield and Jackman, both sitting in a booth, like arms crossed, like, all right, boys.
Oh my god, man, I would lose my shit.
I like that scene in X-Men Days of Future Past, or not Days of Future Past, Origins, where you see Magneto and Professor X walk up behind Hugh Jackman, and he's just, "Go fuck yourself."
This thing, and you said you knew, but I didn't. I thought since Thanos was featured in the after credit scene in their first Avengers, that was going to be the bad guy in the next one.
No, it's Ultron.
But it's not. It's Ultron. I didn't know that. So whatever. And then,
any last bit of news before we wrap up this Marvel podcast?
No, that's about it.
Keep up the good work. Make a movie to make a good movie. Don't make it to make money.
Oh, real quick. Apparently, there's going to be a major character dying in the next Avengers.
Oh, I know.
That's a rumor, but I guess apparently it's got traction. I don't know.
You know who I think it might be, even though it's announced that there's going to be more movies? I think it's going to be Chris Evans. I think Captain America might die because he says he doesn't want to act anymore.
That's possible, I guess.
I guess I can see that.
Or it could be Robert Downey Jr.
I say they've announced there's not going to be any more. You said there's not going to be any more Iron Man movies.
Well, it could be him because he said that he thinks he's getting too old to play Iron Man now.
No, he's fucking badass.
No, I don't think there will ever be anybody that can come close to what he's done for Iron Man. But he said that he thinks that he should hand over the reins to somebody who's a little younger. So it could either be Chris Evans or Robert Downey Jr. who die. But then again, it's not even confirmed that somebody's going to die.
It could also be like a minor in like Black Widow or Jeremy Renner.
Sam Jackson could die.
Yeah. They're going to announce a bunch of that stuff at Comic-Con.
Yeah, that's coming up. San Diego Comic-Con is coming right around the corner.
Yeah. That's
right.
it. That's
anything else, guys?
I think we should wrap up.
All right, guys.
Thank you very much. We've been saying it. We said it last week. If you haven't heard the news, there is a patent troll company out there going around saying they own the rights to podcasting and that they're going to start suing people who give out free podcast. And there's a website that's run right now. It's called fundanything.com, fundanything.com. And they're starting a legal campaign to stop these patent trolls who... It's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life, you know? They say they own the rights to audio quality episodic content.
They're basically trying to get the ownership on our First Amendment rights. So
exactly,
yeah,
it's freedom.
Well, you saw the article.
They're suing Adam Carolla for $3 million for his podcast.
The article we're referring to, it says in there that how they acquired that was illegal. So I don't know how they can even bring these suits. But whatever.
Well, apparently the city in East Texas that they're from, apparently that's how this town makes money. They have their own court there, so it's like they sue people and then they make them go to this town for their trials. So they sued Apple a couple times for audio stuff and they won. Now if they win this, people are going to
it's further proof that corporations own the world.
Yeah. Well, that's been true since the beginning.
I'm just
of time.
saying it furthers that. Yeah. Anyway,
but yeah, we're going to wrap up now. Thank you everybody for listening. Subscribe to this podcast. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter. You can like us on Facebook. But most importantly, as we say every single week, please subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. We'd like to thank Automatic.com. They're the people who bring you this content for us. They are the ones who give it out.
You can also subscribe to us there.
Yeah. guys, it was a great podcast. All right, all you Seaites out there, you take care, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
See you guys.
Smell ya.
Love ya.